Did you get a quote from Hoel Roofing and notice that it's higher than a few other bids? Are you wondering what makes us more expensive and whether if it's actually worth it? In this video, we're going to break down why our prices are higher than some competitors and what exactly you get when you choose to work with Hoel Roofing. We'll cover installation qualities, warranties, material, and what low-cost roofers do to cut corners that eventually cost the homeowner a lot of money down the road. Hi, I'm Bob Hoel, owner of Hoel Roofing and Remodeling with my wife Emily. And today we're going to talk about why Hoel Roofing and Remodeling can be more expensive than other contractors. When it comes to pricing, Hoel Roofing and Remodeling usually lands somewhere there in the middle. You can always find somebody cheaper, and there's almost always somebody else that's going to be more expensive. A few examples of, why we may be a little more. The quality of material that we're using Owens Cornings, we're using Malarkey products, and that's just higher quality out on the market. And we're buying new material that is warranted from the actual manufacturer. Believe it or not, there's some people that'll go buy seconds that were trash at the Owens Corning plant and then end up getting them installed on their roofs. Another thing that we always do is we always do a complete tear off, no matter if it's metal or shingles, and go ahead and do a thorough inspection and make sure we replace any rotten or bad wood underneath. A lot of our crews only work for us, and most of our crews have been with me and Emily almost from the very beginning, so we're going on 6, 7, 8 years of using the same guys. What are some common shortcuts that low-cost roofers tend to take? Not doing a complete tear off. So you might say, what is that? That is us tearing off the existing material. And sometimes we get onto a roof and there's 1 to 3 to 4 layers of old shingles on there. So we're gonna go in there, we're gonna rip that completely off. And then we're gonna use all new products. We're gonna use a higher quality ice and water guard. That's gonna go in your valleys and also along your gutter line. And the product that we are using right now is a high temperature. It's a lot thicker and just a higher quality material when it comes to that. What kind of warranty or installation issues do we see from a budget roof? When somebody calls us out and they just had it done a year or 2 ago, a lot of times they did not do a complete tear off. A lot of times they do not use all the components. So when you hire Hoel Roofing and Remodeling, you're getting an entire roofing system. You're not just getting some new shingles thrown up on top of the existing ones. So there's things underneath that are hard for people to see. One of them is like the starter shingle, and that's the first shingle that's laid. And then once you lay what we call the field shingles, or the shingles that you see to your eye, that will help seal that down to the roof properly. That is a big shortcut that a lot of guys, they do not spend that extra money for the actual starter shingles, which actually ends up voiding the warranty. So if you do have a roof installed and they don't put all the components on there correctly, you have 0 warranty from the manufacturer. Another common thing that some roofing contractors miss is proper ventilation. And we do a lot of older homes that, the codes have changed, the building practices have changed over the last 100 years. So we will always make sure that we have proper ventilation. And sometimes that includes doing what is called an eave intake vent. And that will help your roof breathe and help it last longer, because the components will just hold up better with Indiana's weather. What separates us from other companies is our labor warranty of 4 years. That if you have any problems, we will come out and look at it and get that addressed for you. And then also on top of that, with being a certified installer for Malarkey and Owens Corning, we can offer extended warranties that the manufacturer actually backs, anywhere between 25 and 50 years of coverage for the homeowner. When you're comparing other quotes, I always recommend that you actually look at the quote. We see a lot of quotes out at customers' homes where somebody is just like, new Owens Corning roof, $15,000. And when you look at our quotes, you're going to see very detailed of every line item, the nails we're using, the felt we're using, and every single component, so you understand exactly what you're getting when you choose Hoel Roofing to do your project. What you should ask the cheaper roofer to make sure you're covered is, do they have the proper insurance? Do they have general liability that, God forbid, if something would happen here, their insurance would actually kick in and help any kind of issues? Do they carry workman's comp for their workers that are working at your house? Because if they don't carry workman's comp, that liability actually goes back on the homeowner if one of their guys get hurt on the job site. Also, are they using manufactured products that are what we consider first runs, where there's an actual warranty from the manufacturer? One thing that I've noticed, some of the bigger companies, they push the 50-year extended warranty on the customers, and a lot of times they just automatically include that in the original estimate. And here at Hoel Roofing, we have that conversation with you to see if that's something that you're even interested in. So there's sometimes I feel like the sales guys with other quotes are just looking out for their bottom line and not necessarily the customer to get them what they need so their house is covered. If you're comparing roofing bids right now, don't just look at the bottom line, look at what is behind the price. If you want to read more of what we've been talking about, please check out the link below. If we can be of any service, you can reach us at the office, 765-561-4023, and we can get somebody out to your house and we can sit down with you and go over what is best for you and your budget.